Welcome to Love You Bro Podcast, where I'm your host, Jude Jamie. And look who I found over here in Waldo, jumping back on set with us. Little bro Jamie, what's up, bro?
What's up, brother?
Welcome back to the set, man.
Thank you.
We missed you for a while, man. It's
been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Lot going on with the girls?
Yeah, a lot going on. Just girls and busy, and yeah, man. But it's good to be back.
Yeah, but we got lots to talk about today, man. Monday, free agency started today. Let's kind of jump right in, but let's talk about a little bit about where we are.
Super stoked about this. So we're here. We're doing obviously remote. And we're doing it at Remedy Tattoo and Wellness, which is where I get a lot of my work. Our nephew Kenny Ross is a badass artist here that's doing a lot of stuff.
Super talented.
And then Mark Long, the proprietor here, super cool cat, man. He's going to jump on here in a bit.
Nice.
Kind of tell us what he's doing. But the studio is so sleek. It's so cool. It's I think you've been here, but I've been here. I send people here all the time. It's a really just chill. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's a total vibe. So hopefully here in a bit, we're going to have my favorite player, Kansas basketball, number 4, who just won his 3rd district in a row, Sherron Collins on set.
Man,
and I think he's going to get inked up.
He's Sherron's part of the Love You Bro family, man. We'll welcome him back a little bit later. Talking about this great tattoo shop, my bonus daughter just walked in. She had some ink done. My wife Jessica had some ink done. Kenny Ross, you guys got to come see Kenny. Come see Mark down here, the Remedy Tattoo and Wellness, 8439 Warnell. One of our new sponsors, now part of our Love You Bro family. You guys, we're going to be doing some big shit this year, man. We love everything that we do over at Lula, and we love having our spot. That's kind of our home base. But we love now, this is kind of something in 26 we said we're going to do every chance we get, and it's go out and shoot at different places. And we've shot some basketball tournaments and now shooting here. So super cool spot to shoot at tonight. But let's jump into, let's jump into free agency, brother. What do you think?
There's a lot to uncover. It's a lot to uncover. Obviously, the big signing, which I knew would happen, it was what everyone's been saying, but they signed the Super Bowl MVP.
He gives us two MVPs on the roster, 2 Super Bowl MVPs on the roster,
which is big. Which is big. Kenneth Walker, aka K9 from Seattle. So
super excited about him, man.
It's going to be interesting to see how they utilize him. I kind of said that earlier via text. I was like, I hope that their philosophy, and hopefully with Bieniemy and bringing DeMarco Murray here, which I love those coaching. Yeah. I love bringing back eBay and DeMarco Murray. But I would really want, hopefully Andy relinquishes, and I've said this before on here, a little bit of the play calling, and they kind of go a little bit more run-oriented. Run-oriented, set the pass up, of course, as opposed to the pass, because to me, the RPO shit is dead. Yeah. It's been played out, and everyone's on top of the RPO and knows they're never going to run. So as soon as the ball snapped, they're running back into coverage. So this will make it a little bit more, but I'd also like to see him, which they had early on, is bring the fullback back and run a lot more under center. I think it's a lot more efficient than trying to do it out of the shotgun. But that's big news.
Did you hear Palacero was saying today earlier? He was talking about Mahomes has played in 21 playoff games, right? 21 playoff games. Only 2 times have we had a running back over 100 yards, and it was Damian Williams. The last time that happened was in Super Bowl 54. And like 6 or 7 of the times, Mahomes was the leading rusher during. Bro, you can't win Super Bowls having Mahomes be your leading rusher, and we have no running attack. No, it can't happen.
Well, and early on, or last week when Veach said, how do you complement and takes a significant amount off Mahomes' plate, especially when his window is of coming back, and he says they have to get more explosive in the run game. And last year, Kenneth Walker was one of the most explosive backs and make you miss backs in the league. So there is some injury concerns with him, which scares me a little bit. It's a lot of money, and like I said today via text, if at the end of week 2 he gets 9 carries or 9 touches, I'm going to be fucking pissed off.
Yeah,
because he needs to get carries.
For sure.
He needs it. Now he's not great. They had a guy on from the Seattle, who's a Seattle guy today with Seren Petro, and he's not great pass blocker. But you're not bringing him here to be your pass blocker.
You're not paying him $15 million a year. You're not paying him $15 million a year to pass block. I mean, I know he's got to pass block a little bit.
And hopefully, what they do bring out him is a little bit more in the passing game, which they probably could have unleashed a little bit more. Right. But I hope he's not going to be a 3 down back, because that's not who he is. Of course. But I think that carrying the ball early, getting into the end zone. I think everyone's pretty happy with it. I think that people, the money, it's a little steep.
Right. They were talking on 810 today earlier, like I was saying when they had mentioned Palcero and what he was saying about when teams defended the Chiefs. They talked last year about they were talking about during the season they were so light, like in the box, like you said, that RPO and the play action. Nobody was biting on the play action because they weren't afraid of anybody we had running the ball. So they're not even putting any pressure on the RPO, or they had 6 or 7 guys, 8 guys dropping back into coverage.
And not even were they. Yes, afraid to of anyone in the backfield, but they just never gave the ball. Right. And which was crazy is when they were set up and they had 7 or 8 deep when they should have handed the ball off. They still weren't handing the ball off.
Yeah.
And maybe that was a lack of confidence of who he had back there. I don't know. I can't test that. But I think that their philosophy's got to
change for sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully Bieniemy brings some of that too over there when he was with the Bears. Over there he brings a little bit of where he talks read into we're going to have to run the ball more. But if you run the ball more, they're not going to be able to set 8 guys, set up. This dude will bust. This dude will bust on you.
Yes.
Kenneth he'll bust on you.
Yes.
I'm super excited. I'm excited about it. I know we paid a lot of money for it. I just hope he gives us a production of what we paid for.
Yeah, and I think the thing that comes across for me, it's a lot of money, but nobody cares how much money is if he's productive. They utilize him properly, and they win football games.
Of course.
So they signed ETN to a 4-year deal, which a 4-year deal. I kind of compared both of them.
Where did ETN?
He went to the Saints.
He got $13 million a year, though. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he went to the Saints, but on a 4-year deal. So running backs, as we know, they fall off the cliff unless you're a Saquon, they fall off the cliff pretty fast, wear and tear. But they also have bounce back years, and McCaffrey played in almost all the games this year, and he was a dog. He's, so today was fun, and I knew, it's the legal tampering. No one can get signed until Wednesday by 4.
Right.
But a lot of people went a lot of different places. A lot of people got a lot of money.
A lot of people did.
You look for,
the Raiders signed a bunch of people today, didn't they?
Well, for us, so you go on that, which is really exciting. And they signed a big run stopper, Tonga, from
he was New England last year,
right?
Yeah,
he was New England. Great against the run.
Deal.
I wouldn't say great. Really solid against the run. Definitely an upgrade on what we had in our stable last year. With that being said, the guys that we lost, McDuffie to a huge contract. He is the highest paid cornerback in football right now.
So let's talk about that for a minute, because you and I have had some conversations, just me in the car and you at home, just kind of not going out a little bit, but why we started this podcast, and we went into a pretty heated conversation, and you talked about the Rams had a ton of money to throw. I can't throw $30 million at a slot corner, and I'm not saying McDuffie's just a slot corner, because he's an All-Pro, he's one of the best in the game, and he's probably the best guy in the game in the slot.
100%.
But I just think on the outside against some of those bigger receivers, like $30 million, that's a lot to hold up on that end.
Well, so yes, so it is, but they were able. He's 25 years old.
Right.
It's his second contract. When teams have success in doing this, it's giving kids that are 24, 25 their second contracts as opposed to the third contract. Right. And they went out and gave Jalen Watson a lot of money.
Yeah.
So they liked something that they did. Yeah. And they got 2 great badass safeties there. 2 badass safeties already there.
Right.
They're that close. Right now, if you were to put on paper, draft-wise, no one's going to flip the needle in the top 10 that puts you to the Super Bowl. Mendoza.
But the Rams just took our corners, man.
Yeah.
Both our corners
and then Byron Cook signed with Cincinnati. Wow. So he went to Cincinnati. So they're going to have to – they will look –
Boo on Cook, man. I think that dude should have thought about – he's good. I like him. But I wish he'd have thought about staying here and trying to go win another Super Bowl here. I know he played at Cincy in college, going back home and playing for the Bengals.
Yeah. But also, he got paid, and rightfully so. You look at you break it down. He was one of the top 2 or 3 safeties in football last year. He didn't make. Let's put it this way: the Chiefs' problems last year defensively had 0 to do with the secondary and everything to do with the line. When you get no pressure from your interior, Chris Jones he's having to be Superman.
Yeah.
You know, Karlovis is a guy that gives you 100% every time he's out there, but is limited, and he will tell you as much limited on what he can bring from a physical standpoint, from an athletic standpoint. So it's one of those things. If you go and shore up the secondary, you'll have your pass rush can be loaded. So right now, I will say this: the defense, they're going to have to do a lot. They're going to have to literally rebuild the secondary. It's probably be better to do it from within the draft than go out and overpay for guys that are out there right now.
Those guys have been drafted pretty good in the secondary the last 7
and
years.
I think that Veach is a guy that thinks, and Dave Merritt, they can get guys in the secondary. And once again, they've gotten guys like Watson, but they've also had high draft picks. Cook's a high draft pick. Yeah. McDuffie was a high draft pick. They traded back up to get McDuffie and gave up a third round.
Right, and they got Karlaftis later that first round
to get McDuffie. So I guarantee, as we're here right now, that whoever is at 9, I think they're going to take a corner or a safety if Downs is there.
The Downs
he's
kid,
an absolute monster.
He's a dog.
But the thing about him is a knee injury that they're saying that he's got right now. He's got a knee injury, it's big.
I don't like going to get a guy that's got any type of knee injuries in college, because I just feel like those things can hit again and happen again.
Yeah, you know, unfortunately too, I was listening today, and unfortunately they're talking about the draft, and there's like probably 7 or 8 legitimate guys who have, because every NFL team has their draft board and who's legitimately first round talent.
Right.
And I think this year's got 10 to 11 who most general managers around the league say are first round talent. Like that would be drafted on the first round.
Right.
So, you know, Downs is one of them. But, you know, it'll be interesting to see. If not, they will take someone with that 29th pick.
Right.
Or, I mean, if I'm them, and I've told you this a million times, I don't know this year with who we sign if we can legitimately and realistically plug every guy that we need, and there's so many pieces we need. If they trade out of the 9th or trade out of that 29th to get more picks, that's what I'm all about.
But we're going to need some rookies to step up. And in Super Bowl 54, we had some younger guys, some rookies step up that played, like, you know, McDuffie and like Karlaftis. I mean, we had some guys step up that played big roles that we drafted that were on their rookie contracts. Some of the guys that they like you said, they've got to hit on guys that are going to play this year.
Yeah.
And that are going to help this team.
Yeah. I mean, they will have, unfortunately, you know, it's really nice, and I think if you're Veach, just as you think we're excited to pick from the 9th, I bet he's just over the moon about picking from 9 because they've picked. It's really, 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 really hard to consistently keep a franchise that is relevant when you do draft good guys that sign bigger contracts and leave via free agency. That you it's more pressure to draft really, really well.
Right.
Or and Veach has been a guy that's traded a lot of picks. From Uche, he traded away picks to get back to get guys in the draft. He's someone that he cares about draft picks, but he's not all about draft picks. The Rams are all about draft picks. Hence, they can go give a 29th overall for McDuffie, guy that they're so close to, because they throw numbers at it.
Yep.
They throw, and they'll have 11, 12, 13 picks in the draft, and they seem to do pretty well. Yeah. So when you have that many draft picks, it's a lot easier to hit 4 or 5,
out there,
and you can take risk on guys that might have a little bit of an injury history, but can come out and be really good that you don't need to rely on. So it'll be really interesting to see what they do, and it'll be interesting to see where Chanel goes. Right. That's my guy. He's going to go sign somewhere for some money. Yep. But it also – it's time to lock in for that next run of Mahomes and next run of what they're going to do. I think you have to get younger, and I think you have to get more athletic. And, you know, I was telling you, watching the teams that were in the playoffs that made deep runs, and people were like, the AFC, had the Chiefs been a year before, they could have made a run and possibly dethroned or beat Denver or who am I thinking? Denver? New England. They're going to beat them with the team the year before.
100%. I just the AFC just didn't. The playoffs didn't do much for me. New England didn't. Denver. I mean, I know they're good. They've got good defenses, but their quarterbacks just didn't. And I know the quarterback got hurt for Denver, so I didn't play in the AFC Championship. But I don't know. There's nobody there that I look at that I kind of fear. Like when Josh Allen's rolling and the Bills are like but. Again, I don't know what's going to go off their defense and what they're going to bring back. But listen, we're here today at the Remedy Tattoo and Wellness Shop. Show us a little bit of the ink. I want to see if my bonus daughter wants to come and show some of the ink that she's got in the last week. By Kenny, our nephew Kenny Ross here. Kenny Ross, what's up, man? Yo. You excited to do a tat on Sherron Collins tonight?
Yes, sir.
Love it, man. Love it, bro. We're excited about being here at your shop. Janie, why don't you come on and show us some of the ink? Come on, come and sit right here. Come and sit in this chair and show us. And you and Jamie, because Jamie's got a bunch of ink. Here, Jamie, show me the ink, and let's have.
Well, you can see my little fish.
Got
Little
your
fish.
Okay, little fish.
Does he have a name?
No, that's a good idea.
You need to name him.
Okay, so you got your fish.
Those are my pretty horses.
Those are awesome.
Yes, those look awesome. Okay, to the horses.
Great.
Awesome.
And a little cross.
And a little cross.
That's what you and Mom did, right?
Tell me this. Awesome. Somebody here at Remedy Tattoo and Wellness said you had quite a bit of tequila to drink.
Well, yeah.
Is this true or false?
Did Kenny expose me?
Nope, I would not say did Kenny expose. Is this true or false?
It's true. It was
Okay.
my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
I had to.
Yeah.
Happy was the 25th.
Yes.
Was it a good birthday?
Yes. Because I
Excellent.
got my tattoo.
So now, okay, let me ask you this. Now, when is your next appointment? Because what happens is when you start getting them, you kind of start wanting to come back and like, even if it's a little banger, like I'll just get this, I'll get this. And the next thing you know, you kind of look like Uncle Jamie.
I
and
know.
you have that. And it's really funny that how that works. Do you have anything on the books here? At
I
Tattoo?
don't.
Okay.
But it's tempting.
I think I'll book you
I
one.
think about it a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we'll come in and get matching ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at your hand right now. I really like all of these.
Yeah. And I got some
And I
more on
kinda
my
want
legs
them.
that he recently did.
Yeah, I was hearing about.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that one's sweet.
Yeah, it's a revolver, it's pretty tight. Yeah.
Have you seen his thinking chart? You heard about it?
Yeah.
Wait, that's your most recent one?
Yeah. From a couple weeks ago. Like just some dice and
Oh
playing
yeah,
cards and
that's the
revolver.
one Kenny
Yeah.
showed us.
And then
Kenny's
yeah.
really good.
He's amazing.
Like, I will find a picture online is what I did of what I wanted, but mine looks way better than the picture.
Yeah, no, totally.
You know?
And what's really cool about, obviously he's fam and he's super talented, but Mark as a proprietor owner, like it's not what people would think is your typical like tattoo studio, if you will.
Yeah.
It really is like a vibe and really is like more of like a spa almost. And we're going to get into some like stuff that they offer here, which is very unique to the city, but it's just really cool. And they're just so approachable. It's like you walk in here and it's nothing like I've been in tattoo parlors before and it's like,
yes,
they're just kind of janky and everyone's kind of like feels like they have to be
try to be mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's really yeah, no,
That's
it's
how I felt
it's
too.
it's
Especially
super
as a young girl,
super
you feel like, oh, everyone's gonna be like,
yeah, if you're like, I
judging
want to
or
get this,
something.
and they're like, ugh.
but yes,
Yeah, and just feel like it
very
nothing's
comfortable.
stupid. Like if I want to get a
Yes.
fucking cowboy on my leg, that's
Yeah.
no one's gonna be like, oh, it's dumb. Why would you want to do that?
Yeah.
But this is not the feel here. It's so cool.
Agreed.
Yeah, and they provide beers if you'd like to, if you're a drinker.
Yep.
Or tequila. Yeah.
Yep. If it's your birthday, you
Yeah.
can have tequila.
And so I think we'd get even a discount if we brought maybe Tommy O as well, and we all get some tattoos that one day. Go in and get
a
it.
Chiefs tattoo.
Yes.
He's always wanted an arrowhead.
PJ jumping with us?
Yeah.
What about Carly? Do you think Carly would want?
Let's not.
Maybe.
But I will say this real quick.
She went with her sister.
I will say this real quick.
Then Carly came out and she was like, hey, Dad, I just dropped this off my sister. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so real quick is Henry is in Australia right now, my stepson, doing some modeling. So his mom told him no motorcycles and no tattoos.
That's what one of my best friends is told as well.
So 2 days ago, Henry calls me, and it's Australia, so it's like 8 o'clock. And he was like, Jamie, can you talk to you? And I was like, yeah, baby, what's going on? I was like,
Dude.
no, he's already been outed because I got outed for zero. I did, but he's like, hey, I want to get a tattoo, and I was like, okay. And he's like, I'm at this parlor in Australia, and I was like, okay, what do you want to get? And he's like, a spider on my hand, and I was like, I go, Hanky, the spider on the hand might not want to be your first, but I go, send me a picture. So he sent it, and he's like, I think I'm going to do it. And I was like, you know what? You're 19. You're in Australia. It's kind of once in a lifetime experience for him.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be back in Australia, maybe not. And I go, you'll always remember it. It'll always be relevant.
Yeah.
And it's something now, and once we'll get into a little bit here, if he hates it in 5 years, you can
Yes.
get it removed.
Yeah, you need to promote that here.
Yeah. So you can get it.
Yeah.
removed. So,
Yeah.
but then I get a lovely message that was not super stoked about it, but it wasn't my doing. It
Yeah.
wasn't like he was 13 and I
Right.
rode him here on bikes.
Yeah.
Whoa, and here Mr. Kenny Ross.
Okay, I'm gonna pass it
Remedy
over.
Tattoo. All right.
How about some of the ink you put on Jamie and some of the work you do on Jamie,
or just in general, man. First of all, to kind of tell your story, like how you got into it and like how long you wanted to do it, Kenny, and like.
Yeah, actually, so it's a big story for me. I think you know it pretty well. Pretty cool full circle, I think, story. I lived with my grandma Mary down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, just about 84th in Warnell. Worked at the grocery store across the street, and one day got the courage to walk in here, and it was a tattoo shop at the time that Mark actually worked at. So I kind of became the shop pet,
Yes.
like just hanging out whenever I could, and then when they had time, they would tattoo me.
Which is so fucking cool.
Yeah, and so, I kind of played that role for a long time, tried to do anything I could to hang out, smoke with them, drink with them, clean up, do those things.
I'm going to start doing that here.
Hey, man, we got you.
Yeah, I'm going to start doing that here. I'm going to get a broom. I'm going to bring my own shit, though. Like,
but finally, years later, I met someone through my son's baseball team. He gave me a shot. And I say years later, it was almost 20 years later. So,
sure.
Really chasing other things. But quit my job, really dove into it. And so about 2.5 years ago, I'm, linked back up with Mark through a former piercer that he worked with and that
sure.
I knew. He was willing to, give me a new home. And, man, I hit the ground running. I love being in Waldo. It's a, up and coming spot. I know it's 100%. Been here for a long time.
Yeah.
But, the developments and everything that they're doing around here is certainly putting it more on the map. And, dude, we do a lot of cool things around here.
Yeah.
We're looking to introduce, a new laser that does a lot of removal.
Yes.
And other procedures that we're really excited to be introducing to the community.
Yeah.
But obviously what I love is the tattoo side, and throwing them on is my thing. And, so from fine line to American traditional, black and gray color.
Sure.
Like we got people here for everything.
Yeah.
Viv that we work with does amazing fine line black and gray work.
Yeah.
We also travel out to South Dakota, Pierre, South Dakota, to tattoo out there as well. And we do that about once a month at a shop that they own called Phantom out there. So
sweet.
Yeah, a lot of cool things going on for us, around here. Not as just artists, but as people
sure.
In the community as well, and looking what we can do for the community as well.
Yeah, which is awesome. And I was saying earlier how cool this place is, how cool Remedy Tattoo and Wellness is. And the first time I walked in here, it's a vibe, obviously, but also the mannerisms of your entire, from Viv to Shay to obviously Mark to yourself. You guys conduct yourselves super cool and you guys make people comfortable, which is a really cool, unique way of tattoos. And when I started getting tattoos 25 years ago, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
You felt like a dickhead, and they made you feel like a dickhead if you had an idea.
You didn't belong to the club.
Yes, it was just what? It's fucking stupid. And you're like going home with like, all right, I feel stupid, and now I'm out of here.
No, man, I think that's something that we try and push here, especially having, the ladies that we work with, Shay and Viv here. Mark's been doing it for years, so he certainly knows how to run a shop and,
sure.
How to make people feel included. And that was a big part of when we were doing the remodel and the rebranding to the Remedy, is that we wanted to make this shop feel different. Not even like a shop. We joke all the time that this isn't a shop, man. This is a studio.
Yeah.
Because we make art here, and
absolutely.
that's what we do. So
I love that.
We really wanted it to feel almost like a salon feel, like a downtown loft feel, something that felt cool to vibe in and hang out. Because you're going to spend hours here.
Yeah.
It's not going to be, you don't want, just cartoons and shit on the wall and, headbanger music all the time.
Yeah.
You want something that incorporates everybody
sure.
and makes everybody feel,
You know what I'm going to implement into Remedy Tattoo and Wellness? I think some dope ass robes would be sick as fuck.
Smoking jackets.
Some dope ass robes. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to.
You're not wrong.
No, some fucking. There's some super dope shit out there that's
a
like
back piece or something.
Yes.
You get
slip it in a robe. Yeah, you get to purchase that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that you're on to something.
But no, man, I love it here, man. I like you've been so gracious and so wonderful, and I love your work, and I've seen you grow and develop since you started doing it, and the confidence you have. And what's really cool to me is how stoked you are about tattooing people, and it's like it's all about literally tattooing. Everything else kind of obviously you're here, it's just your life, it's your career, but you're like, hey man, if someone came in, you just wanted to tattoo him, you'd be like, that's, you love to do it.
Yeah, and I think that is something that's special, not just about, myself as an artist, but the people that I work with as well, is that we do look at it as an art and, as a canvas, and how can we, treat that the best way that we can. And I think working with these people certainly drives me to be a better artist, and, we're all constantly trying to learn off of each other and, and just grow. And really, I think that's the coolest thing, man, is like, we are a family, we like to go out and have, lunch together, and whenever
fight
we
like a family too.
Fight like a family, man, joke like a family. It's really just
love hard, work
cool
hard
spot, man. And I'm blessed to be here, and to be a part of this. And like I said, with you guys doing cool things, the Remedy's doing cool things, and it's just a good time to be, in Kansas City.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we've talked about it for a while about collabing, doing something, and I've always been stoked on it since I've been here. It's like, man, this, and so from our production team, he was like, dude, this fucking shot's the money shot from here back, and it looks really cool. And when I came Friday, I was like, remember we kind of tinkered some places. I'm like, dude, right here,
no,
like,
this is the spot. It
with
gives
shit
you a
in
full,
action,
with shit
in action, and how it is, and just how it looks and feels. But we're
everybody
stoked.
knows how Warnell looks. We don't need to see out of the window. So let's see the shot.
I don't need to see Curtis blowing by here with his.
Yeah, but no, dude, I think we're doing great things. I think one thing that we talked about that we need to get Jude to agree on is, with the tournament coming up and everything, we need to do some brackets and maybe put a tattoo on the line, and loser has to get the.
I gotta pick where
the winner
to
choose.
Yeah.
So I think we can get something like that on the books,
I got a place where his will go. So, it's funny because he gives me shit, during cheese season. And the other night, he got pissed. Like, this is trash. It's bullshit. And it's the banter that it's the what we love. That's what it is, family. And so it was just the banter about sports. That's how we started this. But to go into Remedy, we also like cool shit that's going on in the city and cool shit that's happening and all encompass in Kansas City. That's happening. So that's exciting, man. And Mr. Mark Long about to come on set here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Mark Long.
How's it going?
What is up, brother?
What's going on?
How are you, man?
I'm doing good.
Do you want me to switch seats? Because my little ass
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay. We were just discussing. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
We're super stoked about this collab and super, we kind of talked about it for the last maybe year, just kind of throwing it around and seeing what worked. But last time I was in here, you're like, hey, man, let's make this happen. I'm like, yes, and just started thinking about it. And literally for the next couple of days, I was like, damn, that would look so dope and be so cool. And, like I was saying earlier, you guys have a special place here, man. And it's a special place. I like to see how it's like a family, but also I've been getting tattoos for a really long time. And the way it feels like a studio and you walk in and it's super clean. It's a vibe.
It's a very unique place to where you come into a place and you have people that actually work here that you're not going to get a weird vibe from. You're not going to get turned away. These people actually care about what you want to get, and they take the time and the energy to do that. Especially if it's it means a lot to you to have that done. And you can see that through the work.
Absolutely. And I bet you've seen all kinds of shit being in the game. How long have you been in it, and what got you in it, and kind of your little background?
I've been in the game for almost 26 years now.
Woo, yes.
So it's
slinging, bro.
26 years now, so it's a very long time, and you deal with very weird old school shop owners the first time you start, and it's old school wise. And now obviously after all the TV shows and stuff like that, all these tattoo shops are emerging everywhere. And culture shift for sure. But so to have your own place, you want to bring in a vibe to where they feel accepting. Like they're not going to come in with a weird idea and you're going to make them feel stupid for having it.
Yes, absolutely.
So you kind of try to do your best on transitioning their idea into something that's going to look great on their body to where they're not going to regret anything.
Absolutely.
They're going to love it. And you can tell by their work that, that they do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So when was it that you're like, man, I need to get out and do my own thing? And it was like, and obviously we talked a little bit about the culture and how it's evolved, because once again, back in the day, it was kind of rough, and it was kind of like, just when you would walk in, it was kind of cold, man. It was kind of cold, and people weren't overly friendly.
It was cold. It was cold for sure, but that's just kind of how it was.
Yeah.
And once you walked into the place and you had that itch, you want to get something done, they just sat you down, and there's not a whole lot of interaction at all.
Yeah.
They would just sit you down, you get it done, and there you go.
Yeah.
In which there's nothing kind of wrong with that at all. It's just,
growing with the times is good too. And
but how I kind of saw it was a little bit more interactive with who you're working with.
Sure.
And but that's kind of how I wanted to set this place up to be like that.
Absolutely. Cool. So talk a little bit about the stuff you guys have going on here. And that's some really cool stuff and really cool, projects going on in-house here. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, I've had this place for almost 5 years now. And we have Kenny, Vivian, Shay that do really custom work, and they actually work with the customer too.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're not kind of pushing them away. If they have a weird idea on stuff. But,
sure.
They do amazing work. We do a lot of custom work and kind of work with them and their budget and their.
Sure.
But yeah, it's kind of make it my own after going through all the old school stuff.
Of course, which is super cool, which is awesome.
Oh, for sure.
And you can tell, like I said, coming in, it's a vibe. It feels really good. Now, that's another wonderful extension that you brought on into the studio.
Yes, Lindsay.
Yes.
Yeah,
and Linz, what up?
Hi, how are you?
Well, I'm doing perfect. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on here and which is so cool. And it's, once again, for me in looking at it, it's kind of setting a trend of having I love the Remedy Tattoo and Wellness, because that's such a cool, vital part.
All-encompassing.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
which is really cool, and you don't see a lot of it. And I think more studios and/or parlors will start going to that, which is, kind of have to. And I think it just
and Lindsay's really experienced with she does amazing high-end type facials,
Sure.
not just regular stuff.
Sure.
And we have the new age Skywalker MAQX laser that does amazing, the best tattoo removal. Obviously does 15 other procedures, but it's amazing healing time, and that's the main thing about it though.
Yeah.
You go to other places where they tell you it's going to take 2 months to heal.
Right.
Well, this takes about probably a week and a half.
That is so fucking cool.
And that's a huge thing.
So
too.
how did you get turned on to that, or how did you know?
I just looked it up on ChatGPT.
Okay. Old ChatGPT.
Well, that and the guy that performed for Saturday Night Live, the guy that had all his tattoos removed.
Doherty.
Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
He had all this removed by this type of technology,
Sure.
which obviously you can tell by his interviews, he had all his tattoos removed really fast.
Yes.
So this has a really slowly, really fast healing time.
Yeah.
So you can have more procedures done. You get 2 sessions in one, and it just takes off the tattoo, especially for someone that has a really large tattoo that wants to have it at least dimmed down to where they want to have something better put over it. Then you don't have to do the whole thing taking it off. You can just have something better put over it with that.
Which is really
sessions.
cool. Yeah. And so Lynn, so how did you get involved? What's your background? How did you get in this?
Yeah,
and
so
how did you partner in with?
Well, I've been an esthetician for 7 years now, and aesthetics and laser treatments, they're one and the same, but they also complement each other.
Sure.
But I like to focus on, overall general skin health.
Yeah.
Let's focus on acne, hyperpigmentation, and just have me support you at your at-home skincare journey. And that so easily ties in with laser treatments.
Yeah.
You start off low, slow, and you build.
Sure.
Absolutely. We need to build a great treatment plan and kind of move on from there. But I love aesthetics because it helps bring confidence back to people.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, and it's results that get done.
Yeah.
And you're not paying a ton load up front.
No,
absolutely.
Which is so incredibly cool. I love that. And, that's awesome. How did you guys partner up? Did you guys know each other or work with each other previously?
Just the World Wide Web brought us together.
Yeah. Okay.
The World Wide Web.
I interviewed her 3 times, and she was the best candidate ever.
Yeah.
She had the most experience, very well spoken.
Yeah.
She knows her stuff.
Sure.
So, and that's someone that is rare that you want to hire.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
of course.
Thanks.
Kenny Vivian, for sure.
Yeah. Kenny and Viv.
They're
yeah. Awesome.
very tight group.
Okay, so how do you get? So appointments wise, how do you guys go about it? Do you guys, what's the easiest way to is it online?
We'll be booking online,
okay.
And we'll have a link set up on the website that you can go on there. You're going to be able to look at all of the services that Mark and I provide.
Sure.
Obviously, if you want to come in, just pop in for a consultation.
Yeah.
We'll start there in case you get a little overwhelmed. You
Of
don't
course.
have to pick and choose right there.
Yeah, right there. And feel like, ambushed.
It's now or never.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sometimes it's always better in person, just kind of have them see what's going on, and then look at their price range without
Yeah. Awesome. Well, you guys have anything else right now? If not, we'll take a little break right now, and then we'll come back and chat for a little bit.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Love You Bro Podcast, where I just want to thank all of our sponsors. We've been very blessed and fortunate. Proactive Solutions, Lula Southern Cookhouse, and all the other sponsors that we had during 2025. I just want to thank them. We have a new resident sponsor that has joined us for 2026, Maloney's Sports Bar and Grill. We want to thank them and thank them over there very much. We're going to start doing one episode a month over at Maloney's Sports Bar and Grill. So we'll be shooting something before St. Patrick's Day. We'll be shooting something during Royal season, during the World Cup. So we're super excited to welcome them as one of our resident sponsors. Over there at Maloney's at 79th, right off of 79th and Metcalf. They've got TVs everywhere. Make sure you always have a good time when the game is on. Daily food and drink specials. Some specials to highlight, we get the 25% off on apps Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 for dine-in only. On Wednesday, they've got trivia from 7 to 9. Any drink specials available throughout the week is available on Wednesday. Outdoor seating, you guys, they've got over 70 outdoor tables for those unexpected warm days this time of year. The rooftop deck, we did an episode there on the rooftop deck for the Kansas-Missouri game, and it was one of the best episodes we had. The crowd was great. We will be promoting back and forth between what we're doing over at Maloney's. So look on Maloney's page to look at some of their stuff when they're doing on our sponsorship. They'll be doing the promoting as far as when we're going to be there shooting live. So we would love people to come on, join the set. We'll be handing out T-shirts. We're looking at March Madness, starting with the Big 12 tournament beginning 3:10. Championship games Saturday on 3:14. Selection Sunday 3:15. Please come out to Maloney's. Great bartenders, great staff. The food's great there, you guys. We're super excited about having them as a resident sponsor. Please follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, on our YouTube. Please go on there and subscribe. When you guys are doing that, check all of our links for our sponsors, because we'll be hosting our Maloney's link on there, so people will be able to go and check out specials, see when we're doing our show, and we will be promoting on there when we're doing our live podcast. So starting in March, we'll have a couple shows at Maloney's, and then from there about once a month. So thank you to everybody over at Maloney's for being a sponsor of Love You Bro Podcast. Welcome back to Love You Bro Podcast. We're at the Remedy Tattoo Shop and Wellness at 8439 Warner Road, kicking it up with our people, man. So I want to welcome on two special guests tonight who haven't been here for a while. Travis Kelsey and my little bro Jamie, man. Jamie back in the building on the set.
Yes, sir.
What's up, bro?
No, it feels good.
I know, man. I'm glad to have you back. I know you've been busy with the girls and work and stuff, so I'm glad to have you back. Let's talk a little bit about this cat, man. What do we think about TK coming back for year 14?
I mean, it's great. It's great for everyone. You know, there was a lot of rumblings. You know, if you told me at the end of last year, I'd be like, "There's no way he's coming back."
Right.
I'm like, you know, after the season, how it ended. But then I think, you know, as time went on, me personally, like the longer it goes on, the more he's gonna want to come back.
Right.
Now that may differ in August, but he's up in yes. What do they call it? But he's doing all those two-a-days and shows.
Right.
But he's going through that. But I think that he didn't want that to be how he went out and, you know, catching passes from Gardner. And, you know, I think his love for the game, and he was still crazily productive. I mean, you know, Killer Trav, it wasn't the Killer Trav we know, so we were like, oh, man, he's down. But he's still like third in the NFL tight ends.
Right.
So I think he's, you know, it's awesome. It's great to
Yeah.
have that. And hopefully we have a great year. There's some things to be excited about.
Hey, listen, when you and I kind of laugh about it, you know, man, Mahomes is his comp, bro. That's his comp. You know, when Mahomes and them talked at the end of the season, he told Kelsey, he was like, "Come on, comp, you can't be done, man." You know, you know he goes, if you retire, I got my knee busted up, but we can't go out like that, bro. Like, there ain't no way. So I think you know, but listen, at the end of the day, we know the athlete that TK is. TK's an athlete, bro. He loves the game. He loves the game. He loves his team. He loves the locker room. He loves his players. Like, he wasn't going out like that, man. There's no way. I hope that I hope 15 comes back. You know, I know he will. You know, better than ever. Get his knee rehabbed and stuff. But I like the signing. I like all of our signings today. It's going to be a very interesting offseason, as we know. With the draft coming up and everything. But what do we think here in the tattoo shop, man? Kenny's over there getting ready. We got Sherron Collins in the building, man, coming on. We got just a little malfunction.
I'm talking into the unplugged mic.
Jamie's talking into the unplugged mic.
I think I've done that at karaoke a few times at the ATO house. They just pulled that shit on me.
Hey, listen, man. Kenny Ross, our nephew Kenny Ross is back there, man, behind us working on Sherron's tattoo, man. We got Sherron Collins in the building. We're going to talk to Sherron a little bit about, man, you know, Big 12 tournament coming up. I don't know how the Jayhawks fell into the 3 seed, but they did. They're the 3 seed.
Because I've told you, and I keep telling you, it's a gauntlet, man. And BYU, they're like, what, 11 seed or 10 seed? And they had to go up there and win. I mean, it's a gauntlet. It is absolute.
There were still some games I was disappointed at KU that KU lost this year.
West Virginia was probably one of them.
To me, West Virginia and Cincinnati, those are the only two. I mean, everything else is legit.
Yeah, we got our doors blown off. So, but right. You know what, Coach Shelf, I sent you that thing today that and it's true. And we'll ask, Sherron, we're going to talk a little bit about Oak Park. We're going to talk a little bit about my guy, man, Scooter Ward. Yes. And then talk a little bit about the tournament and how exciting he was, knowing what was ahead of him, Sherron, and what these kids are excited about. And, truly.
As a matter of fact, where is Sherron? Before Sherron gets his tattoo?
He's getting it.
They're working on it right now? Okay, I was okay. If he's working on it now. Because I wanted to get him over here to kind of talk a little bit about, like I said, the Big 12 tournament coming up. That piece that you sent me today. I mean, for us, man, we want to see KU go on a deep run in this tournament. And the way DP's looked kind of down the stretch as far as, like, minutes-wise, playing the longer minutes, being healthier. Bro, this may be just his healthiest time of the year he's been, and now's your time. To me, now's your time to put a team on your back and see what you can do.
Yeah, and that's what Coach Hill said. There's probably 3 or 4 kids in America that can do that. And to me, what I've said all year is when DP has played, it's crazy because people compare him to Kobe, and it's like, oh no, it's not Kobe. But how he scores at all 3 levels with the ease, it almost looks like he already has NBA tempo, like stop control of what he does and the way he scores. It looks like it's almost like he's lazy because he's it's just so easy for him. And it's like, but he's not. It's just that's how good he is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how good he is.
I know we're playing this K-State on Saturday, and I'm not no disrespect to them, but their team's
sorry ass program.
Hey, listen, man. We got some family over there at K-State, man. Our boy PJ's over at K-State.
I love PJ.
Hey, you guys. Jamie just said, fuck K-State. I'm like, come on. Man, we can't.
Thank you, Jamie. And I love PJ. PJ's my
Jamie
dude.
said she would say that too, even with her little brother at K-State.
Yeah, I'd go up to Manhattan for Uncle's Weekend and kick it with PJ.
Hey, listen, you guys out there that are paying attention, I love you, bro. Who knows if it's 10 people or 250? We're going to talk Janie into coming and hosting one of our Love You Bros. So we will let you know when we have Janie O'Donnell hosting Love You Bro podcast. We'll figure out where we're going to shoot it at. But, man, tonight, it's just exciting, bro. Like, the time of the year it is right now. You and I talked today. We were like, man, we got tonight's show, shooting with Sherron. We're going to shoot on Thursday night at Maloney's during the Big 12 tournament before KU comes on. Is that Chu that chimed in? Chu's on, man. Chu's ready to come on. Can we chime in? We're going to break real quick.
Yeah. Well, I think we can roll through real quick. Just give me 1 second.
We're good. Yeah. We're good. We're easy
right
here,
TV
man.
without being live.
Live TV without being live TV.
But we got
Can anybody get Jamie and I like a show on MTV or something? Should we go on MTV or E Channel or whatever? Is that even a thing anymore?
I'm all about the Bravo, dog.
Bravo?
Yeah.
We could do a show on Bravo. Can you guys imagine the lives of Jude and Jamie Novella on
He's
Bravo?
on right now.
Yeah. We're good. Mark, we're good, brother. We're good. Yeah. He's just Chu's coming on right now. Mark, come on in and grab a headset real quick while we got Chu coming on. Grab a headset, grab a mic.
Yo.
Chu, what's up, my man?
Yo, what's up, man?
How you doing, Chu? How you doing? Welcome to Love You Bro podcast, bro. We appreciate you calling in. Our man Mike's getting our man Mark is getting ready to jump on right now with us. Talk a little bit about the the work he's doing for you over here. I want to let you know who my guy is that I work for. My guy that I work for is Josh Simmons. Josh is my dude.
Oh, you know my man Jay Simmons?
Yes, sir.
That's the man right there.
Yes, sir. Chu, I do all of his assistant work, man. I do all the behind the scenes work.
Oh, for real?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just got to take him to the airport today. Yes, sir. Hey, listen, we got Mark. We got Mark coming on right now. Mark, are you all good? You ready? Can you hear everything here?
Yeah. I can hear everything.
Right on.
Yeah.
Chu, welcome to Love You Bro podcast, man.
Thanks for coming on, Chu.
Thanks for coming on. I'm gonna let Mark talk to you a little bit about some of the work he's doing on you, bro.
Well, he's got a tattoo appointment in a couple of weeks, but he's in California right now. So,
okay.
But I'm glad that he came on
Yeah.
to give us his time for a little bit.
So what are we currently working on right now, Chu? What kind of stuff? Back, arms, legs?
We working on a couple realistic portraits on my calf, trying to get that leg sleeve going.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I love that. Chu, how'd you come about strolling into the Remedy Tattoo Shop? How'd that take place, you guys?
The famous Remedy Tattoo. I actually met Mark my first year here in Kansas City on the flight back from New York. You know, I just seen this tatted up white guy tatted from head to toe. I'm like, this looked like an interesting cat.
He's not kidding.
You know, we got to talking, and he told me he a tattoo artist in Kansas City. And at the time, I was trying to get my first tat done. And, you know, he was like, "Yeah, you got me." So, you know, that's how the relationship started. He did my whole arm sleeve, and now we're working on the leg sleeve.
Man, that's cool. Chu, that's the thing about Kansas City, man. I've been doing, athlete logistics for players for 23 years. This is season 24 coming up for me. And I love it when players and guys get to Kansas City and they talk about just how cool the people are in Kansas City. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
the vibe and how chill everybody is here in Kansas City.
Well, Chu was like incredibly humble too. And when he sat down, I was like, "Man, you're a huge guy. Like, you need a new seat over there." And he's like, "No, I got my own seat. I'm okay." And he started talking to me about what I was doing and tattooing and whatnot. And he was taking pictures with all the fans around him afterwards. And he's like, "I'm like, no, I'll just tattoo you, man. As soon as you get in town."
Right.
But very humble, nice, great guy. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So Chu, how much more work will you have done? We know you're working on your leg sleeve and stuff like that. Will that continue? Tattoo something like you love, or is this just something like personal? Where you're like, I'm gonna do this leg sleeve and I'm probably good, or will that continue on from there?
I always had a little plan about how I wanted my tattoos to look and where I wanted tatted and not tatted. We still have a lot of surface area to cover with the leg sleeve, being a big guy.
He's got a huge canvas,
a couple more sessions are definitely guaranteed, but I don't think I'm going to be as tatted up as Mark right there,
Yeah, he just showed us his back piece, and I was like, damn. I was like, how many Xanax were you on for that? You just, not get knocked out on that?
Never tried Xanax, so I'm not sure about that. But no, I'm just like Chu. Like Chu, he doesn't take anything for his tattoos. Like, he does 100% pain into it, and which I think is the most important thing. If something's like really important to you to have it tattooed on your body, you should be able to sit for any of the pain of it.
Of course.
And there's nothing wrong with a little bit of spray here and there, but as far as like being put out or like, it's very important to him of what he got, and I respect that he got it. He went through all the pain of it.
I love that. So Chu, I know even though it's off season right now, down the stretch last year, you got a chance to come off the practice squad. You got a chance to play in some of the games. How in tune are you right now in the off season? Were you watching some of the free agent stuff and things that took place today? Did you watch some of the signings the Chiefs had, some of the guys you lost? Do you pay attention to that right now? Are you working out? What do you got going on right now?
It's really hard to miss all the big money being spent, but
Hey, how about
it's great to see a bunch of guys that have, really put in the work, get that payday. A lot of great teammates that I've been blessed to play with, seeing them move on to other teams and, get a well-deserved payday. That's always great to see. It gives you more motivation to go harder. And, excited for the new guys that are coming in. We trying to go back to Super Bowl. Excited for next year for sure.
How excited were you when Killer Trav signed your boy? He signed back up for that one.
Killer.
Yeah.
Man, at this point, I think Killer gonna play till he like 45. Man. He still got all that juice, so I don't see why not, 50. Man.
Hey, and
I mean, till the wheels fall off, like he says. So, great dude to have back, man. Big for the culture, big for production. Like, he still got a lot left in the tank. So, excited to have him back for sure.
Yeah. And what's cool is you always hear about, we've had the privilege, man, to know Travis since he just came in the league and Jude was driving him. But what you hear all the time, which is so cool and just a testament to who he is how he treats everyone from 15 all the way down to the last man on the practice squad to the people in the locker room that work for him. He just genuine. That's who Trav is. Can you speak a little bit to that? Like, he just always welcoming. He makes everyone feel like family and feel loved and special, man.
No, for sure. I mean, Travis is a great guy, man. He's always himself, always warm and welcoming, regardless of situation. He always a guy you could talk to, great people's person. He's just, like you said, a real genuine guy, and then it's really hard to not like a guy like that because, he's just himself all the time, and he always got great energy.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then you got K9, coming in, the running back, just won the Super Bowl MVP. It'll be fun to block for a guy like that, and get going again. And the other day Trey was on with K Adams, and she was asking about all the naysayers. He's like, man, we just blocked that shit out. That's just noise to us. We know where we are. We know where we are as a team. We know we didn't finish like we wanted to last year, but we know where we're headed, and we know it's one goal. So that's cool, man, that you guys are close and getting back to work. That's got to be fun and exciting to get back soon.
No, most definitely. I mean, K9 as a dog, man. Everybody watch him in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl MVP. It's a big deal to have another caliber of talent like that get added to the team. Super excited to block for a guy like that. He gonna hit them holes hard, and hopefully he can come back and add that much needed juice. That run game going.
That's got to be something. We were talking, like I said, on our podcast here about some of the guys on ESPN talking about just how people defended you guys last year. They were very light in the box. A lot of guys dropping 7, 8 people in the coverage, so they weren't letting Patrick beat them over the top. A guy like Kenneth goes and changes that, right? Because all of a sudden now you got a guy that can bang, that can pop one off. Now you've got the defense is going to have to be legit. They got to play that play action on defense. But what is that? Does that motivate you more when you go, man, I got a guy like Kenneth coming next year to add to the offense another piece? How excited are you to play with him this year?
I mean, it's a saying in basketball, hand down, man down. So I really dare teams to, I really dare them to play light boxes this year, and right. They're gonna see the result of that. But super excited to play with a guy like Kenneth, man. We know what he brings to the table. We know how explosive he could be at any given time. So that's always super exciting. That's a lineman. You want that 99-yard run.
Yeah.
Take it all the way to the house, get a little sprint in to meet him in the end zone. But yeah, that'd definitely be fun. Super excited for us to get to work for sure.
Yeah. Chu, one more thing. We know you're a busy guy. I appreciate you coming on, man. Appreciate you coming on big
thanks,
time.
Chu.
How about what did 15 gift you guys for Christmas? This thing went viral and it was like on TikTok and shit. And I was like, damn, all you guys were like my little girls are on Christmas morning when you walked into the room and all your shit's laid out there. What was that? You're smiling now. What was that like walking into them and be like, what?
I mean, 15 does a great job to, show appreciation and love to the O-line. We the group that don't really get all the love on game day. Your name only really gets called when you do something wrong. So he does a great job to keep us, motivated and keep us in good spirits. He's just a great guy, very generous. And, we lay down our lives for him. We'll do whatever day you call us to do it. So, we just appreciate him for, doing that.
Yeah.
We love it. Chu, listen, man, we know you're taking time out of your schedule to join us, man. Thank you so much for joining. Love you, bro. When you come back, we're going to bring we have a banner that we have for Love You, Bro, man. We're going to bring it back in here into the tattoo place so you can sign our Love You, Bro podcast. I know we're going to try and get Josh on this offseason and some guys, but we may pop in here when Mark's working on you. But thank you so much for joining Love You, Bro podcast tonight, brother. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Chu. Enjoy the rest of your off season, man.
Most definitely, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Appreciate
Y'all in
absolutely.
great hands with Mark over there.
Hey, Chu, listen, you're part of the Love You Bro family now, bro. So hey, don't be surprised if we call you during the season on a Monday night to come over and pop on wherever we're shooting at to pop on for a few minutes, maybe join us for dinner.
Man, call me whenever. You got my number.
Say less. Appreciate you.
Hey,
Thank you, man. Have a
thanks
good
a lot,
one.
Chu.
We appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, man.
Thank
have
you.
a good
Most
one.
definitely.
Thanks.
Appreciate y'all.
Guys, welcome back to Remedy Studio and Wellness here in the heart of Waldo. And we got my guy. I've always said this for as long as I've been a fan, my favorite player from the University of Kansas, out of Chicago, Crane High School, Mr. Sherron Collins. What up, my guy?
Chilling, man. Glad to be here.
How you doing? Doing good?
Yeah.
Doing good. First off, congratulations on 3 state district championships with Oak Park. You got there balling, doing your thing. I see you.
Yeah.
And then you guys moved on. So Saturday, 1 o'clock, Blue Springs South.
Yep.
Okay, and you guys have beat them once before, right?
Yeah,
Early
we
in
beat
the
them
year.
early in the year.
Okay.
But
Well, congratulations.
You know how it goes, though. They're playing better than they were early in the year.
Sure.
So it's a totally different team, and they got a good coach and good coaching staff. So
Sure.
everybody gonna throw the book. The book gonna get thrown at you. So and we're gonna throw the book at them as well.
Yes,
so,
yes. Okay, talk a little bit about your season, Sherron. How's it gone? Is it gone? Because you guys lost the big dog last year.
Yeah, we lost a couple of big dogs last year.
Yeah, and that's never easy, right? As a
Nah.
coach, you're like, damn, how am I going to replenish those points, that leadership, all of that stuff?
Yeah, it's hard to do that. But the success we've had in a short period of time has drawn a lot of attention from outside guys. So we can't recruit.
Sure, of course.
You can't. So that's against the.
Right.
You can't recruit.
Right.
So they got to just physically make a family move, and we got a couple of transfers this year, and it's just worked out in the best for us, and
Sure.
they fit in right with the pieces we had, and we just been able to make another run, man, and it's been great. We took a couple losses. We lost to only 2 schools in Missouri. That was Rockhurst and Liberty. And then other losses came from out-of-town schools. So,
yeah. And so a little bit about that. So first of all, is it Josh Corey? He a guy, right?
Yeah, he a dog. He a guy.
And,
Yeah,
and
he's a
then
dude.
Tanner run the point. Adam run the
Adam
point.
Tanner. They make they're the engine. They make us go. And then we got pieces around them, as in 6'8" Landon Van Pelt.
Sure.
We got Al, who's from Chicago, so he brings a sense of toughness for us. We got Jakaya.
Absolutely. I see you smile when you said that toughness in Chicago.
I know Al since he's been a pup, so he's just one of ours. So
Sure.
we take pride in that, and and Howie, who also came from Liberty. It just fits well. We got a good rotation and a good group over there.
Sure. And so let me ask you this, Ron. So when you're at Oak Park, and so this year, which I've never noticed, and maybe it has to dismiss it, but I follow you guys. Obviously, you're my guy. But you guys played Parrish from Texas, right? And then you also played Millard North.
Yeah.
And then Bryant from Bryan, Arkansas.
Yep.
And then Little Rock Christian, which is a squad.
Yeah.
Which is squad. And then Bellevue West as well. So are you in charge of scheduling those things? Are you in charge of that helps your program, right? When you're getting out and playing in these tournaments that are legit with legitimate kids from other states.
Well, my AD is super involved, but he's super involved for the right reasons. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He wants us to play these games, and we sit down together. So it's a joint thing with all of us, with me and my AD and my coaching staff. And we pick tough teams we want to play against. We pick tough tournaments we want to go to, and we want to play the best team out of that state, which is the returning state champions or who's the number one. We try to go after those games because it means nothing.
Right.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And we rather lose to a team from Texas than a team from Missouri, respectfully. You know what I mean? But and I think, it helps us because it's a different style of play in other states.
Sure.
Everybody don't play like Missouri and everybody. So we go see those styles because when we want to make the run like now, we've seen everything.
Sure. Right.
And we've been through so many situations with teams zoning us, teams doubling us, teams trying to take Adam away, teams trying to take – we just had a good group that you can't really do that because our secondary players are going to step up and they're going to play. So, it's just – it prepares us for this time right now.
Yeah. And I love that when you once again, kind of smiling about you get to go and you want that challenge of taking it on. And they always say your staff – or your players are an extension of who you are. And you just have natural dog in you. And everyone says that, and they have said that since he was a puppet crane, that he's got dog in him. So how blessed are those kids, and this is me saying that they get to be around someone who is down to earth, as in one of the best players with dog in them, and that desire to want to be better. Because a lot of coaches wouldn't take that. A lot of coaches say, you know what, kind of padding that schedule. I'm just going to do this because this gets me closer to that. But you have a true, if I was a parent, had my kid coming up that could hoop, I would find a way to get in that district and say, you know what, this is the man, I want a father figure and coach for my kid, my kids growing up.
Well, to be honest, we was on a 30-game win streak from last year after we won it. We won 30 in a row. So we could have went and played, made that easy schedule to keep that.
Sure.
But it wasn't worth it. Like I said, if we want to take our lumps early if we have to.
Sure.
And we want to take it from a good team. And sometimes like getting in local and it's nothing against the tournaments, but you play the same teams you may see in your conference or in your district. You don't want to see them.
Yeah. Right.
You want to just go play somebody where it's a meaningless game and you can just go be you.
Yeah. Right.
And I think our guys step up to the challenge when you get to play against another D1 recruit or a guy that got 20 Power 5 offers.
Right. Sure.
And it's exciting for us too because, like you said, how blessed are they to have coaches, but like you got to understand, like it's not just me.
Right. Yeah.
Like I got a great coaching staff.
Sure. Right.
And I feel like we top of the top in the state with anybody else. I think we can coach and go. And Missouri has a lot of great coaches.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And shout out to my big brother. We probably gonna have to play them when we get. Hopefully we both advance down there. But he's another good one that's having a hell of a season.
Sure. But Sherron, that's what these guys are so lucky though. Rockhurst over there having Billy Thomas.
Yeah.
Oak Park having you. Because you guys have come from a program, not just in college, but your high school programs you come from, that knows how you're going to get your kids that next step.
Yeah.
It doesn't do any good beating up on lesser schools early in the year. Like you said, I'd rather go take my lumps playing some good teams. Just like Coach Self's doing.
Yeah.
Coach Self's loading the schedule at the beginning.
Got to.
Knowing he's got to get them ready for the NCAA tournament.
Got to.
And that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Getting your team ready to go when it comes time, districts. So this is your third district championship in a row, though, yes?
Yeah.
Man, congratulations.
Listen, when I say I mean this, like, a head coach is just as good as his assistants.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? And I got great assistants.
Yes.
And I mean that. Like, Coach Tanner's, he's the old guy on it, but he's seen so much basketball. He knows so much, man. He's so smart.
Right.
X's and O's and just thinking the game. He don't sleep.
Right.
Yeah. He forces us not to sleep and forces us to. You need that, though. He challenges me to be a better coach.
Of course.
And my guy I brought with me, Adam, Hessling, I brought him from Free State with me. And we've been the same way. We think the same way.
Right.
You know what I mean? And sometimes I don't have to say nothing because he didn't put it up there. And I'm like, okay, well, that's how we're going to guard it. But, and then I got my guy back here with me. And, it's just Coach McClain. And, it matters. We care about the right thing. It ain't about, winning is great.
Of course.
But it's always about, we great relationship builders.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we get the kids to trust you first and know that we care about them besides basketball. We care about your well-being and your everyday life as well.
Yeah.
And I think once they understand that, that's what opens them up to buying all into believing into your playing basketball.
Right. Not from a coaching standpoint, but I've been blessed to be an athlete logistics the last 23 years. My 24th season coming up, and I think a lot of the guys that I get to work with know that I care about everything. When they come to Kansas City, I want to show them everything and do everything for them because I'm like, listen, I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
I've seen all the stuff. I've seen all the bad things that have happened to guys. Like, if you just listen to me a little bit, man, you got someone here that's seen it all that can kind of help guide you a little bit to the things to stay away from and the financial people to be around to help take care of your money and everything. And it starts at the high school level. It starts where you're at, where you're doing. And I think I'm seeing more from the guys I'm getting to. I'm seeing more on your level where I feel like they're educating the kids more. They're learning more from guys like you before they start going to the college ranks and getting into the NBA or the NFL.
Yeah. And that's great, man. That's why I encourage all our ex-players or not even guys that went to KU is just get back into it. We know too much.
Right.
Like we got the answers to the test and we withholding them. You know what I mean? Like we know a lot. And the youth need us more than now because there's so much that we didn't have to deal with. Like money and
the social media, bro.
Instagram. We didn't have Instagram. We only had Twitter when I was a junior in college.
Like, MySpace.
And we couldn't even be on. We couldn't even be on that. You know what I mean? So, but now it's like it helped them to navigate through some things, and because we don't get nothing extra for our kids going to KU or going to UMK.
Right.
We just got your best interest.
Yes.
We just care about you, and
of course.
I'm going to speak the logical way of what it looks like.
Yes.
Vice versa to just telling you what you want to hear.
So Sherron, did you honestly think you would have this much success early on in your coaching career? Because, I mean, what you've done is incredible and kind of, turned around a program that wasn't highly talked about or wasn't highly regarded. Not that they didn't have dudes that could hoop, but they weren't. Now, I mean, there's people all over the city, all over both states, Kansas, that talk about Oak Park basketball. That wasn't a thing 15 or 20 years ago. And even to go further, one step further is you came from one of the meccas of college or high school basketball. I mean, Chicago and what you guys did in Chicago, it was New York, Chicago, 1A, 1B, depending on what where you were from. But Kansas City or the metropolitan area has grown so much and put out some dudes that can hoop.
Yeah.
That before would get skipped right over. You were just kind of a landing site, or that's where you connected planes to go do recruiting. Now there's so many guys in this backyard that can hoop, that can ball, that can contribute to Power Fives.
Absolutely.
So speak on that a little bit and what's meant to be a part of that and part of getting these guys ready and making Kansas City metropolitan area high school basketball relevant.
I mean, it's big for me, especially getting kids offers. And, I think I tell a kid all the time the best way you can pay your parent back is by going to school for free.
Yes.
Because they spend so much money on you doing AAU, doing workouts, and doing all this, where the best thing you can do is not have any debt coming out of school.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you have a chance, now everybody can't go that route.
Of course.
But if you have a chance to obtain that, there's no way you shouldn't work your tail off to get that alone. Because you owe not only yourself that, but you owe your parents that.
Sure.
For all the time they put in just as with you.
100%.
And so
mom and dad put all that work out there and that money out there, right?
You know what I mean? And so, not to even say you got to pay them back,
right.
But to go pay for free.
Sure.
Right.
That's the ultimate goal. That's the highest you can get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I tell the kid all the time, though, that's what you need to do. And for me to be a part of, this Kansas City, it ain't just our school.
Yeah.
Right.
You got the Staley, you got the North Towns, you got, and I don't want to just keep naming schools because I don't want to miss a school.
Yeah, right.
But it's all our district's tough.
Of course.
Our conference is tough. It's every other conference around is tough. And it's great, man. It's great. Even on the Kansas side, you got the Pipers, you got the schools that's Shawnee Mission South is really good.
Really good. Yes.
Mill Valley got got dudes.
Yeah,
guys. They got guys.
It's a good thing. It's a good time right now in basketball in this area, and you got a guy that's trying to keep talent home, which is great. And it's special though to play against these dudes and to see how they move and play. And being a player is kind of like because I was like, you wouldn't score on me, and they look at me and they talk crazy to me, and it's like, you wouldn't.
No, absolutely.
But it's fun, man, to compete, man, and I think the coaches are doing a great job in, getting that message across is compete.
Yeah.
Because we are competing. There's a lot of competing going on.
A couple weeks ago, I was able to do a show over at Victor Williams Basketball Academy.
Yep.
And Vic was a dog, man, back in his day. And I love his toughness. He reminds me a little bit of Sherron, man, with his toughness and the way he teaches his kids in that program.
Yeah.
He's got some dogs in that program.
Man, Vic doing a great job.
Yeah, Vic's doing a great job. Hey, listen, we want to ask you a few KU questions before we get you in the chair, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Here, do a little tattoo. Kenny's gonna put a little. What's our nephew Kenny gonna put on you today?
My son's name. I got 3 kids. I got my oldest Shamari name on me. I got my middle child Sheree name on me, and SJ's the youngest, so he goes on me.
Man, I love that. I love that.
And my guy, I love the one you have on the arm that says "Caution, do not reach."
Yeah,
that was back in the day. Back when that was real tough.
That was a basement tattoo in Chicago.
But you know what? That shit was.
That's tight.
Yes,
though, bro.
that's right. That shit is. That's tough. That's hard.
Sherron said that was a basement tattoo.
That's
bro.
what's up though. That's what I'm saying. But that's hard.
That's real.
That's hard. And then, so real quick before you go back, because we'll continue to talk. But I was, man, when I was getting out sleeping, and I was up scrolling through the shit. And that thing with D Rose came across.
Yeah.
And that was so tough.
Yeah.
And D Rose was like, man, I'm here watching Sherron Collins from Kansas and talking about you and which was big. And it just a testament because you guys had, once again, in Chicago, and he talked about gyms that you played in that were 1,000 people more than they should have.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, it's different back then, right?
100%,
I mean, you
yeah.
can say different back then than playing at home at Oak Park, because back then basketball was life.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
the whole neighborhood stopped.
yeah, the
whole neighborhood stopped.
So the whole neighborhood stopped and poured into the gym. I mean, it was literally so many people in there. They used to have to put caution in the corner.
Caution tape in the corners.
And like you laying the ball up, falling into people.
Oh,
I mean, they don't get no better than that, though.
No,
That's just
man,
like, you
no.
know. I mean, you're literally about to take a shot and somebody screaming in your ear. You can't make it, and then you hit it, and you just turn around. Like, it get no better than that.
and then, so, Joe, so how about John Shire was a guy in
Oh,
Chicago,
my God,
right?
yeah.
Because you hear that a lot of people. I'm like, damn. Because so obviously
He was
he's-
my class. We
yeah.
was to, yeah.
And so you know he's doing Duke, and it's like, you know, you hear he can hoop, and it's like, man, he was decent at Duke. He was decent, but they're like, dude, he was a guy in high school. Like, he got respect. He could hoop.
No, and he wasn't scared of you.
Yeah.
No, he would talk crazy to you too. No. Like,
Right.
no, I'm serious.
Yeah.
He got everybody respect quick.
Yeah,
of course.
Because everybody like, oh yeah, you know, he's just shooter. Why got
Yeah.
this shit? No, he was a dog. He went to the basket. He'd dunk on you. He had all the layups, but like he didn't back down from talking or he would let you know. Of
course. He earned that respect.
He was real.
Yeah.
he was a
Right.
dog. Yeah, he was.
Right.
He get one player of the year over me.
Hey, listen, Sherron, I want to ask you a question because this has been something. You know us. We're born and raised diehard Jayhawks, man. We bleed crimson and blue, bro. So I get concerned, not concerned, but all the things you hear in the media about DP. Everybody hears this, and I got my guys out there that are Carolina lovers and Duke lovers. They love getting on me about DP and what's wrong with this guy. And he's taking money and he's doing this. What are we thinking? I know you watch him this year because I know you've been at a lot of games up there at the University of Kansas. Jamie and I talked today, and I feel like the guy's he's about ready to put this team on his back in this tournament. That's just my thoughts, and maybe that's because I believe that crimson and blue. But what are your thoughts on Darren Peterson?
Talent-wise, probably best talent to come through here.
Right.
And I'm speaking respectfully. I feel like that's me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I think went through what he went through.
Of course.
Which is
right.
You want nobody to go through that. I don't care who you is.
Right.
But I think he ready to. Yeah, I think we make a run right now. I think we just buckle up and watch this. Right.
I tell you, listen.
Yeah.
I don't mind kind of going in there. I don't want to be in that the 1 seeds and 2 seeds. I like us to just kind of slide in the tournament and then see what we do because it only takes 6 games to get hot, right?
That's it. And for me, I feel like when we playing like we play,
right.
we play with anybody.
Oh,
yes. Oh yeah.
So I ain't too worried about the tournament and us getting upset, or I ain't too worried about none of that.
Hey, real quick before you get in the chair, so I'm gonna pull up on Saturday, 1 o'clock, right?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Liberty North.
Liberty North, 1 o'clock Saturday.
Yeah.
1 o'clock.
Done. It's on. We're there. We're there.
Yep. So I'm gonna pull up.
I would tell you to get there probably about 12:30 when the doors open. It's gonna. Yeah.
It's going to be okay. Say less. Listen, we're going to get you back in the chair. We're going to get Kenny to put this ink on you, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule.
Nah, come on, man.
We know you're in the season, man.
Yeah, for sure.
This is fan, man. We love you, bro.
Yeah.
We love you, man.
Appreciate you. Big time.
Come on, you know that.
All right. Appreciate you.
Kenny, you ready? You ready to get Sherron back in the chair? Hey, listen, we're gonna leave you with your headset on and your mic back there talking during your tattoo. Sound all right?
Yeah, that's cool. I ain't had a tattoo in a while.
So when he came on, I was like, hey fam, you want a tattoo? He's like, man, I don't know.
I was like, nah. I text him. I go, listen. I text Jasmine. I go, hey, listen, they tricked me. I gotta get a tattoo. She said, ain't nobody trick you. I go, I'm telling you. I said, I walked in. I said no.
Yeah.
I said they wouldn't let me say no for an answer. I can't wait till this get played. So
So you you stared at the seat and like, man,
I'm like, no.
I was like, now you getting one.
Did you see Sherron? He goes, that ain't for me.
I was like, no. I'm telling you. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
it was. We
we
threw it on.
appreciate you, man. Like I said, you fam, bro.
We'll keep that set because
we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna get his headset and his microphone back on while he's getting his little tattoo.
All right.
I love
the
it.
thing that he said that got me positive and stuck with me is he said it's different now, so it'll be a little easier.
Yeah. It ain't gonna be like the basement tattoo.
That's still heat, though, man. That's still heat.
Nah, it was my first tattoo. I snuck and got this too.
Yeah.
So my mom seen it. It was like 2 months in, and she was like, but my brother had got 2 at the time. So if you had to get me, you had to get him. And then I blamed it on him. Like, nah, I just want to be like him. And so she was like, Steve, you done got it. And he got all the flock for it. So, yeah, I was the baby. So I
But that's still tough, though, man.
I love it.
All right,
man.
get back in the seat.
Kenny, you ready? Yep. We're going to slide him back. We'll take a break for just a second.
Welcome back. We are back here at Remedy Tattoo and Wellness. And my boy Joe he in the seat right now.
Man,
Kenny doing that work on him right now. Kenny doing that work. What's great is Kenny just said right as he started, he said, you know what, I've done a lot too. I'm really excited to do this. So, when I was counting seven, I was like, told Kenny, he was like, Sherron, he smiled from ear to ear. He was like, I'm going to do it. But we did trick Sherron.
Hey, Sherron, we did trick you, but I don't think Jamie told you he was getting tattooed.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. No, he was like, like I said, he was even like,
and the missus is it's tight, but hey, we gonna do it.
Yeah, man. No. It's a beautiful tattoo. Your youngest son, man. Beautiful tattoo.
When she sees it, she's gonna be like, okay.
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, once again, Sherron, thank you so much for being on, man. Yeah, like I said, you're a real one. Always have been since, I was introduced to you from B-Star. And I was like, man, he was like, no, he's, and I love to tell a story when Tyshawn was on here. We was out that night rolling,
Well, no, it's a party all the time, but she
having a good
like
time.
Kenny does,
And,
she
so
takes
we went back to my place
very particular on her
o'clock till about
tattoos.
midnight, 1
When they
o'clock,
leave here,
he
they
kept calling me
absolutely
Joe.
love them.
This was the first time we really kicked it.
Fantastic fine line.
This
and
was the first time we
realism,
really
so
kicked it,
does
so I
Kenny
was
does
like,
well.
This is Chicago.
I started to
killing
get turned up a little bit, and I was like, by 12:30, I'm like, yo, dog, my motherfucking name ain't Joe, it's Jamie, dog. And he started laughing. He goes, no. He goes, we call everyone Chicago Joe.
Yeah,
He goes, this is a Chicago thing. I was like, oh. He called me the next day laughing. He's like, you thought, he goes, man, because I was like, man, fuck that. It's Jamie, dog. It ain't Joe. I went with Joe for like the first 4 hours, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Brady, because Brady, my best friend.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I took him to Chicago. He went to Chicago, obviously, with me a few times.
Sure.
And it's just a common thing. Right. Everybody, what up, Joe? Hey, Joe, what up, Joe? It's just,
Yeah.
So it just rubbed off on him.
Right. Yeah.
And he started calling everybody Joe. He's even with me, like, what up, Joe? I'm like,
Exactly. Yeah.
You're like, hold up a minute.
Yeah, but it just rubbed off on him. So he just was, that was his little lingo. Yeah.
A few things. And to touch on this, man, and I know what he meant to you, but Scooter Ward, man, Scoot was the guy, and it was, to me, once again, when Brady and Shardo, brought me up to Lawrence,
and tell you what, I got lucky enough to have these two make it a
and just the
special
entire
place.
program engulfed.
If I didn't have these two, it wouldn't be a special place.
Scooter,
so that's very lucky to find that. When you have your own space, to find actually really great help and people that love the tattoo, it's very hard to find. So when it took me like 4 years to find these guys. So it's really fortunate.
That was a big one, but I was his guest, man. And, I said, to Robin, I was like, he acted like he knew me or I was one of you guys. I was one of the fellas.
That's who he was, man.
And so, I mean, there was so many people up there to pay the respects of what Scooter meant. What Scooter mean to you, man, as a kid, come up there, and just the love that you felt from him, and what he meant to the program, what he meant to all of you guys.
Well, that's it. She just glances over it. I've been working on it a little while, just a little cover up. It's phenomenal. The way that she's able to make these old tattoos. Yeah.
You're good, man. Take your time, bro.
It's a true talent that she's doing.
We know what
really, like
Scooter
Mark
means
touched
to you
on
guys.
it's all of us in
Scooter
here.
was like a dad,
we all do a little bit different stuff, but the way that we
big
play off
brother,
of each other and the way that we
uncle,
drive each other to be better, it's
and
really,
academic
we're
advisor
really
in
just
one person, but your
touching
biggest
on
fan
this
also.
right
Yes.
Yeah.
Where I come from, education ain't, and we ain't big on that. You know what I mean? Even in high school, I barely had to go to class.
Right.
And Scooter turned me into a student. I didn't want to go to class here. Right. I didn't want to, but you had to.
Right.
And it wasn't easy because I hated school. I didn't like school. I don't know too many people that like school. You know what I mean? I hated school.
Of course.
Yeah.
And he knew that, but he was just telling me hey, we're gonna turn you into a student. You're gonna graduate, and I'm like, graduate, bro? I ain't staying here 4 years. I ain't graduating. I'm trying to get out of here. You know what I mean? In and out. But it turned into, I could have left early if I wanted to, but I loved it so much that I didn't. And he was right. I ended up graduating. I turned into a decent student, and school wasn't that bad for me. I ended up going to classes.
Yeah.
And lecture halls with 1,500 people.
Yeah.
And you know,
it's very personal.
You know, he just rooted for you, man.
Yeah.
And it wasn't never about just the academic side with him. I went through weight issues here.
Sure.
And I used to have to get up at 6 in the morning. He knew that. He knew I used to have to in the grind, and he used to just check on you.
Yeah.
You know,
It really is.
We used to work basketball camps.
It really is one of those places where it's not really
I rode
like
with him a lot.
a job.
And one of the fastest
like we're really
drivers
blessed.
I've ever been in the car with.
I leave
First
home.
off, we're scared the hell out of you.
To get here too. It's not.
We're
I'm
scared
dreading
the
it, Monday
entire-
through Friday,
I mean,
and I have to do this.
man.
We're really like Mark
But
said.
he was
yeah,
my guy.
we're,
man.
we're
He
blessed
was-
to
he
not
was my
only work
person.
with like
I
Viv
can
and
talk
Mark,
to him
like,
about
but
anything.
and Mark to have us.
Coach Self was
But Mark
bothering
is a
me. He
great
was my
guy.
go-to,
He's figured out a
whatever.
way to run this game
I had
and
to. I
to
could've talked to
navigate
Scooter
it
about.
and do it in a
And
way
Robin
that
is just
can
as the
keep
same.
Oh, man, the
artists
best.
that are talented with.
Salt of the earth.
Yeah, man, and we just got to wrap our arms around her and love her and make sure she feel the support that she felt while he was here. You
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what I can say right
and
now,
that's truly, it is real.
That's why you don't mind working.
You were
till
lit
your-
up, man, talking about
till your
him more than
hands
that.
or your
And
eyes
what
stop
a blessing
working. You don't
that
mind
you carry
that
his
because
message
you
on
just
about
love what you do.
academics to your kids.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's big time. That's big time, and that's something that will live through you and in you the rest of your time.
Absolutely,
So
man.
that's a beautiful thing, man. So like I said, I didn't, it's been tough, but I wanted to show my respect on here. And
He just sit down and we'll just all get it.
Yeah,
and once again,
if you watch closely,
You got an arm, a leg,
when I
and we'll all
coach,
get it,
I
man.
wear
Yeah.
my Scooter Ward pen.
oh, man,
Don't
that's
tempt
beautiful.
us with a good time,
man.
man.
Love
That's beautiful. That's
that.
beautiful.
I
And it
love
was,
that.
and it was for me. I was just a little buster up there running around, just not. But he showed me that same kind of appreciation, other than not being in school. But
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we look forward to
I
doing
might
it
have been out
again.
a
Like I
time or
said,
two, a
that
little late,
tournament
be
bet,
like, hey,
we better figure out a
just
tattoo,
looking
and
after
we're
him.
gonna
As
get
a
that.
person,
Yeah,
as a person,
yeah.
as a person, which I was like, and when I did get engaged, you got KU was at
Hey, thank
camp,
you, guys.
And I ran down there, and man, I was like, damn, Scoot, like.
You mean T-Mobile? You got that
Yeah,
T-Mobile,
T-Mobile, yeah. But he pimped me out like I was. I mean, he propped me up. I was like, damn, Scoot. My fellas don't even talk about me that good. Like this dude don't even talk about me that good. But he was saying, from his heart to my, my future wife, and it was he was one of a kind, obviously missed, man. And I think they're going to go on a run, like we said, for Scoot. Scoot said,
rest
Scoot
in
said,
peace. Rest in peace,
and
Scoot.
like you said, keep lifting up Robin.
Foosball.
She's salty earth, man. But so let's get into what the tournament putting right now, right?
Yeah.
And what it meant to you, like getting ready, because this was exciting time of year, right? Regular season was regular season,
Yeah.
and all you guys did is win the regular season.
Yeah.
But how exciting was that to the tournament? And someone who loves to play basketball knows that you could play 2 or 3 nights in a row.
Yeah.
And you had that juice, and you had that you'd play 2 a day if they'd let you.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, how exciting is that for those kids right now, and what they're what they're about to embark on? Big 12, which is huge, and the Big 12 is good. I say all the time, it's the best conference in college basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, there's guys up and down, but what's that like as a student athlete? Getting ready to go to the tournament. What that means, you kind of get your new gear, you got your new. It's just kind of time to
It's like from my experience, it's the most like it's the time for me. Like, yeah, let's
The lights
this,
are brighter,
this,
right?
this is what we do it for right here.
Yeah.
Like, let's show me you better than me.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Show me, beat me.
Yeah.
And I think people used to look at it like, but I used to look at it like, yeah, you might be good, but you got to guard me, bro. And I'm a handful.
Yeah.
And I know I'm a handful, and I'm gonna let you know this too.
Right.
So, for me, it was like that's the part that I look forward to. I love the tournament, but it also can't say you human, so the nerves there. You nervous every damn game. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Especially like people don't understand. Like, and it's few programs. The Duke, the Kentucky, Carolinas. Like, only a few programs. Like, you're supposed to win every game.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? And so to lose to some of these, like, I've been a part of some losses where I've seen kids crying in the crowd.
Yeah.
And that's how much it just means to
Of
them.
course.
Yeah.
And so it means that much to you, and that pressure is like that every game.
Yeah.
And, we was able to succeed that pressure, you know what I
Yes.
mean? And probably should have did it twice.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Right.
we was on the other side of it.
Yeah.
And that's the part of the tournament.
Yeah.
You could be on – I was on that winning side, and I was on the side that's supposed to win, and we didn't.
Sure.
And both sides, one side sucks and the one side's the best. So, I'd rather be on that good side. But, I mean, it's nerve-wracking, though. It's nerve-wracking because it ain't just you. You know what I mean? Your family involved. Everybody's so just involved.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the people that don't need to be involved. Like, hey, like, Mom, you shouldn't be telling me what I need to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, even my girl, like, man, you like, yeah, you know, when you come off the screen, shoot it. Like, what? Like, you don't know nothing about basketball. Like, she shouldn't be. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, but that's the part where everybody's so involved, and like that nerve wreckings, and then and they tell you stay off TV, you can't. That coach self don't watch ESPN, right? Yeah. Like, especially when it's on me now. Like, I was a future. Like, you wait for this point where you the main thing. Like, I gotta watch what they saying about me. Like, I ain't just a role player now. It's on, and you watch it, and because you get mad because you think everybody gonna agree with you, and you get people up there like Dick. I hated Digger Phelps. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
He didn't like Kansas.
Digger never picked us to win.
No.
Never picked that. No. And every time we played K-State, he wore a purple tie too. I paid attention to that.
Yeah,
right.
He never wanted us to win, but like guys like that. Like, I used to watch it for that though. Like,
sure.
I'm gonna prove you wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
I come say hi to you at the table tonight. Like,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know.
But that's all that plays into it. Like, they tell you stay off TV, you can't.
Right.
They tell you put your phone down, you can't.
I was gonna say it's even worse now with social media, right? It's worse
because it's everywhere now.
Yeah, it's everywhere. And you know what's so great, man, about being a Jayhawk fan and tournament time. Like, I've been fortunate enough to go and watch you guys, in the Final Four, of that run to the tournament, and the KU following it's like no other, man, and it's truly family, and it's a brotherhood.
Yep.
And obviously,
it's
you guys
bro.
all know that.
It's different.
It's just
different.
It's that, and it's like, you puff your chest out. I puff at 365. Whether I'm proud to be a Jayhawks fan, and it's like that's my squad, ride or die. And you get around other, just in that tournament environment. But the hotel is different. That energy at the hotel is different. It's just it's all business. See you guys come off the bus after your shoot around. Headphones on, locked in.
Yeah.
I mean, locked in, and it's like, oh shit, I can't sleep. I can't imagine how it is for you guys the night before. Is it hard to sleep?
Yeah, you can't sleep.
No, you can't.
I don't think no dogs sleep.
Right. I love that quote.
That's it's the worst. The worst thing you got is the wait.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the worst thing you got is the wait. Like, you play at 8 o'clock, you got to get up at breakfast. You got to go have shoot around.
Yeah.
You got to watch film. You got to go rest.
Right, because KU plays at 8:30 on Thursday,
And
so
then
that's the toughest thing.
You got to
waiting all
go
day.
rest, and you got to go either watch film again, eat lunch, or pregame. It's just too much. You just got to wait. Like, I'm ready. Let's go get it on.
Right.
Yeah.
You'd rather play at 12:30.
Let's get it on.
Yeah.
Let's get it out the way.
Right.
And how
We can go
different?
eat and do all that afterwards.
So one of the things they say is, like, when you go to a Final Four, obviously you play one champ. How different is it when you get in there shooting wise? They always talk about it being different because it's so
big
big.
arenas.
Yeah, the big dome, and it's like
the big domes. Yes.
Yeah, the big domes now that they move them to, like depth perception, all that. Is it different, or is that just bullshit?
So it's probably different for certain guys. When we went, we was in a dome the whole time.
Okay.
Except for the first round, I think we played UNLV and the Portland trip. But like when we played
and
Davidson and Villanova, we was in an arena.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we was already at it.
Yeah.
So we was used to it.
Yeah. And I'll never forget that Davidson game, because the Davidson game, you could tell how much it meant to all you guys to get over that. But Coach Self collapsed to the floor, and it was a white boy that had that shot. It wasn't even Steph. But did you guys know Steph was Steph then, or was he? I mean, because but for me, he wasn't on TV a lot. You didn't get to see Davidson get his run.
You heard about
the film.
The film don't lie.
The film don't lie.
And then when you go watch, he didn't see a school like Davidson gonna play Duke. They're gonna play Kansas.
Yeah.
They're going to play a couple big schools during the season, and he gave all them 30.
Yeah.
And, like, beat a couple of them.
Like you say, you can't make
and
that
then
up.
you don't get to the Elite 8.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we know who he was. Like,
Sherron said that film don't lie.
Like, yeah, you know.
That film don't lie.
Knew where he was at, but know where he had at all times.
Right, you better know where he's at. Right, of course. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Man,
you said that to,
how's that ink feeling? How's that tattoo feeling over there, Sherron?
Decent. It's good.
It good?
Yeah,
It good?
Move. So you don't want to come back and get another one.
Kenny's good. Kenny's good.
We're about done with this.
I love it, man. I love it. Kenny, listen, our nephew Kenny Ross over here doing big things here at the Remedy Tattoo and Wellness, man. we thank these guys so much for welcoming us here.
Oh,
and
man.
then for Sherron coming and spending time with us tonight, man.
Sherron,
It's been good.
I mean, he's family. Like I said, I appreciate you from day one, man. You've been like family. I call you a family. I mean, it is you've never said no, hell no, get lost. I'm in the middle of the playoffs, which I knew you're in your big run. So bottom of my heart, I appreciate you on here. We're gonna have to come in and get some more tattoos though.
Sherron, let me ask you a question though. When this show drops on Thursday, and your kids see Coach up in here getting a tattoo, I'm not going to hear about it tomorrow because you said on Snap they're probably going to see that Coach getting a tattoo.
Yeah.
What's the team going to say tomorrow?
They don't say nothing. They don't like it. They all into that. They all into tattoos.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Have to get the team here.
Yeah. No, we got a lot of them that's getting tattoos and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, get them here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
listen. We'll welcome, man. If they want to come here, man, you tell them to come and get some ink over here at the Remedy. We'll take care of them.
Oh, hell yeah.
So look, we're gonna we'll see you get finished up here, so you can get home. We know you, like I said, appreciate you big time for taking time out of your day. You're busy, got a lot going on. So best of luck the rest of the way. Let's go on a run.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull up on
Saturday, man. Saturday at Liberty North.
Unc ain't gonna be acting out though. I'm gonna be good though.
Hey,
go ahead.
bro, I'll make sure I got him in check. That baby brother over there, I got to keep in check till afterwards.
Yeah.
But hey, nothing but love. Love you, bro. Okay.
Love you for sure.
Appreciate
Yes,
you.
sir.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much for
No
taking time, my
problem.
man.
Yeah,
Love you,
for
brother.
sure.
Okay.
Love you. Yes, sir.
Good luck on Saturday and the rest of the way. We'll be rooting for Oak Park to get back to that state championship. Maybe running the Rockers and Billy Thomas. We'd love to see you guys take on that battle
That'll
again,
be
brother.
good, man. Be
Hey,
big.
I hope you love your tattoo. I know your son's gonna love that tattoo,
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
You're gonna love it for
All
real.
right, man.
We're gonna bring on. We got one more guest to bring on.
Who we
one
bring
more.
on?
Perfect. We're done.
Liv back there. She's gonna come on.
Viv's gonna
Yeah,
come on?
Viv's gonna come on.
Get a picture.
Viv, come on, man. Viv, you got to come on.
Viv,
All right, we're gonna take this a little short break and then we'll pop back on here.
bring Viv on.
We'll bring
and then
Viv
we'll
on.
try to
We'll
bring
wrap
them
it up.
all on.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up
real
real quick. Welcome back to Love You Bro Podcast. I'm your host, Jude Devella. We welcome my brother Jamie back to the set tonight, man.
And welcome these three beautiful people behind us. Three beautiful
100,
people.
man.
And
Remedy Tattoo and Wellness.
yes, absolutely. And Viv is new to the set right here. So Viv, what up? Well, you're thank you first of all for
Yeah,
taking
of
some
course,
time.
yeah.
And we interrupted you. I think I'll blame it on him. He kept going, Viv, are you ready? Are you ready? I'm like, dude,
I needed
she
a
get
break.
to- Okay, perfect. So talk a little bit about your experience here.
She
and
did need a break.
with all the stinky
She-
with all the
she,
stinky boys and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, they're
I mean,
awful.
Shay's here, but we don't see Shay.
They're awful. No, really, I love working with these guys. They're awesome.
Yeah.
I think Kenny explained it earlier. It's pretty much just like being like a family, just
Which is great. And, and I've kind of seen the interaction the times I have been in here, and even times you guys came down to visit one day and have some margaritas, and I was like, man,
Right.
I'm like, those are people I'd want to fuck with and work with. You know?
yeah,
and be
no,
like,
it's just like a party all the time. Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yep.
Mark, what do you have to add into that?
It-
Because you've obviously
it-
you're the leader. You create.
Well, no, it's a party all the time, but she like Kenny does, that she takes very particular on her tattoos. When they leave here, they absolutely love them.
Sure.
She does really fantastic fine line and realism. So does Kenny does as well. But yeah, she's killing it.
Yeah, Viv, how long have you been in the game?
I've been tattooing for about like 6 or 7 years now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And how'd you get into it? What got you into it? Like, what was your this is what I need to be doing?
Honestly, I was actually always afraid to tattoo. I never thought it was something that I was going to do, but presented my artwork to somebody who gave me an opportunity, and it just wasn't something I was going to turn down.
Yeah.
And over time, it just became like I was like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Sure.
Yeah,
Which-
obviously very passionate about
Sure.
art. So
Yeah.
to be able to make it a living is just awesome.
Which is so dope. You were busy tattooing, but I've
Yeah.
said this numerous times this evening that you guys have such a special place here, and it's just coming in and feeling like it's home and feeling like I've been in here for 100 times as opposed to 3 or 4.
Right,
That's
right.
how everyone
Yeah.
carries themselves as far as within these walls. That I'm like, this place is really cool, and I can't tell enough to people, friends of mine, people listening, like it's a different vibe than any tattoo parlor or shop I've been into, and I've been in quite a few in my time. But I'm like, it's just you guys have a really special place, and you guys are. I mean, thank you so much for letting us invade your space.
Well,
today.
and tell you what, I got lucky enough to have these two make it a special place.
Yeah.
'Cause if I didn't have these two, it wouldn't be a special place.
Right.
So that's very lucky to find that. When you have your own space, to find actually really great help and people that love the tattoo,
Yeah.
it's very hard to find. So when it took me like 4 years to find these guys.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's really fortunate.
So Viv, tell me about a little bit of the work that you're doing tonight. You've been working on a young lady since we've been in here.
Yeah.
We've been in for a couple hours. Tell us a little bit about the tattoo that you're doing over there.
So it's just a fine line floral sleeve. We're working on a lot of cover-ups that she had, on the arm previously. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we're doing. It's a long, lengthy process typically, but yeah, I mean.
Is it more challenging doing cover-ups, guys?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I was crying this morning about it.
Sit better than guys do on sleeves.
Well, that's it. She just like glances over it. Like, I've been working on it a little while, just a little cover-ups. It's phenomenal. Like the way that she's able to make
it's challenging. It's challenging.
It's a true talent that she's doing. And really, like Mark touched on, it's all of us in here. Like we all do a little bit different stuff, but the way that we play off of each other and the way that we drive each other to be better, it's really, we're really just touching
it's a
on
unique
this right
niche.
now.
And it's very fortunate.
One thing that I love about working with these guys, like, you mentioned the vibe and stuff, like it's so easy to create that atmosphere when you're working alongside of people who, like you said, we just love what we do. We come in, we have a good time, and so everybody that comes in, I think, notices that, and so they have a good time with us.
Yes.
Typically, I mean, they're not really clients, they're just friends.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
we just have a good time with everybody.
Yes.
So, which makes the work turn out so much better. So,
and it's cool, and just to see the young lady you're working on over there, and she's like been smiling and just engaged over here and super happy. Chu was on earlier. He's smiling when he's talking about tattoos. Sherron's smiling when he leaves here, and that's got to be something. There's very few people. I've been in the hospitality business for a really long time, and people ask me about it, and I like to leave provide people with an experience and leave really happy when they leave, and that's fulfilling to me. And it's got to be super cool for you guys when people leave here genuinely happy walking out of the store. You made their day better. You put something on them that's forever that they will have, and regardless, they'll always come back to it.
It's a very personal thing that they're doing, and you can tell by how they film what they do, especially Kenny and Vivian. They kind of film everything and the pictures they take, but it's the effort they put into it is huge, and it makes a difference.
It really is one of those places where it's not really like a job. Right. We're really blessed in that, I leave home and I'm excited to get here too. Right. It's not, I'm dreading it, Monday through Friday, and I have to do this. We're really, like Mark said,
it's a blessing.
Yeah, we're blessed to not only work with, Viv and Mark, but and Mark to have us, but Mark is a great guy. He's figured out a way to run this game and to navigate it and do it in a way that can keep artists that are talented with him.
Kenny, you and I talked a long time ago when you were trying to find your way on what you want to do, and I told you if you find something that you love doing, that you have passion about, it's never going to feel like a job, and you found that.
Man, and that's truly it is.
It
real.
really is like that, and that's why you don't mind working until your hands or your eyes stop working.
Sure.
You don't mind that because you just love what you do.
Absolutely.
See, now since I'm listening to all three of them talk about, they all three have different talent levels and stuff, and they're kind of doing stuff in their own kind of way. I think I need to get a little bit of ink from Kenny. I think I'm gonna have Viv do some work and Mark do some work. I've got some.
Say less. Listen, you're here. Get your shit down.
Yeah.
Say less and book that shit.
You got an arm, a leg, and we'll all get in there.
Absolutely.
Sleeves next, Kenny. We're talking.
Don't tempt us with a good time.
Kenny, we're talking about sleeves, so I'm gonna leave that in your hands, bro.
Once again, guys, thank you so much, each and every one of you, for literally letting us invade your space.
Thank you.
Coming in your space, and it's been a blast. We're gonna do it again.
Yeah, no, of course. Thank you.
We look forward to doing it again. Like I said, that
soon.
tournament bet, we better figure out a tattoo.
We'll figure out a tournament bet. So in case Jamie loses, we put a pink flamingo on his back or something.
I'm not scared. Fuck it. I'm not scared.
He's not scared of that.
Absolutely not. So thanks to guys again. We look forward to it.
You guys,
appreciate the
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Remedy Tattoo and Wellness, man. Thank you guys so much for having us in here tonight.
Yes.
We love you guys, all right? Love you, bro.
Love you, bro.
You guys are part of the Love You, Bro family now.
Yes, of course.
Thank you, guys.
All right, good night.
Guys, we're out on this episode. Catch this episode on Thursday when it drops. We'll be shooting another one at Maloney's on Thursday. That will drop this week. So
pay no attention to the fucking foosball game behind.
Pay no attention to my bonus daughter and my wife playing foosball in the background. Both of them competitive as hell.
Good night.
You guys, please go on Instagram, go on YouTube, on TikTok. Follow Love You Bro Podcast. We appreciate it, guys. We're out.